What's up, guys? This is Philly Swords RC. Today I'm gonna do the top 5 of my 2023 purchases. This year's been a good year for RC cars. They came out with so many different cars this year, and it's like I was fortunate to get a few of them. A few more I want to get, but these is my top 5. All of this is based off my opinion. The ones that I just bought recently, and they're bashers. I'm not adding nothing. It's going to be really off-road bashers. Now, the first up is we've got the Team Corrali Asuga in number 5. Now, the Asuga's been great so far. Like when I first got it, I forgot to tighten the check the hexes, so I had a problem with the hexes. You know, I got my cigarette in there. Forgot to check the hexes and didn't tighten them, and it stripped out my hexes. All four tires. But then after that, it would over tighten one screw. It just would keep spinning. That's besides the point. It's probably just a defect. But as for running performance, the car gets a 10. This is all stock. Starting on the outside, we have threaded aluminum shocks, front and rear. Got nice beefy shock tower. They also improved the wheel hubs. The pivot balls doesn't pop out as easy. Because I've seen this on countless crashes. It didn't break, didn't pop out, didn't do anything. Sorry about the glare, but then you got this chassis. I believe it's 7075 chassis because it's pretty thick. And the rear skid plate takes most of the damage off the chassis. You got this wing mount that's pretty thick. Could take some damage on there, and the wing is nice and flexible, so it can take them impacts. Got these tires. I know I shouldn't put this on here. I don't know. I like to dress up my tires. This didn't really work like I wanted it to work with these tires. But as for the tires, it got pretty good tread on it. You know, you slide around. So this is basically a buggy, a 1/8 scale buggy, pretty big. Underneath, the body has these tabs right here that protect the body from impacts. That does a good job. Haven't received too much damage to the body. Really haven't received any damage to the body. Still looks pretty good. Scratched the roof right there. That's about it. But everything else, no cracks, no nothing. And I was jumping this on the inside. So we got the 2050 kV motor. You got the 150 amp ESC. Yeah, Team Corrali did their thing this year. They had so many cars released. They also had they got the Sparks and the Kagama, which I do want to purchase those because, you know, when I first started dealing with Team Corrali vehicles, before anybody really even ran them, I used to have a couple of them. I had the Chronos and I had the Mentor. Now those vehicles were beast. It's just the durability wasn't there for my kind of driving. So what Team Corrali did is listen to everybody. Now they start to make their cars a little more sturdy. And not to mention, Team Corrali electronics are factory. They're the best factory electronics you can get in the RTR. Hands down. Don't nobody make an RTR with good electronics, but they do. So 2024, let's see what they do. I guarantee they're gonna come out with some crazy stuff. That I got to get the Kagama, and I want to see if it can mess with my Crichton. But then Arrma had an answer for that with the new Crichton, and that thing is a tank. I don't even have to run it. I know it's a tank, and I'm definitely gonna get that. You'll see that on my channel. And the Big Rock 6S. But okay, enough of that. Next up is Red Cat Machete 6S. Yeah, the Red Cat Machete is at number 4. And the reason being is because this thing has been great. Great. Red Cat is doing a thing just like every other company. You got, starting on the outside, you have this trusty body here. This another body that I had for a minute that doesn't receive any, it's not cracked at all. Underneath you can see is no, okay, I can't get a full screen of that, but there's no cracks in the body at all. This body's pretty durable, and how they got it set up makes it plus. Yeah, we have aluminum threaded shocks front and rear. You have a plastic shock tower. You got this beefy bumper right here. Let's bring it down some. You got this beefy bumper. Takes some good impacts. I got lights installed. This thing is this is very durable for a Red Cat. I still got the original arms on there. Only one I had to replace is the one in the rear that broke on me a while ago. Actually, it broke on me my first run. So when it broke on me, you know, I had all the doubts about this car in the world. But after that first break, this thing ain't been down since. It takes punishment. This is not a super hard basher, but it takes some punishment. Very durable, budget friendly. Underneath the chassis here, underneath the chassis is 7075, nice and thick. That's why I said I assume that the Suga is 7075 because the same thickness really. You got them beefy arms on there, nice beefy arms. Never had broke an arm under a arm. Now on the inside you have 150 amp ESC and a 2100 kV motor. The ESC, this is a Hobbywing rebranded ESC Hobbywing motor. I like how they got the fan set up. At least they give you a fan on the motor on this car. Nice heat sink, you know, tower to tower braces, aluminum center drive shaft. Awesome car. Awesome car. Red Cat is another one that's coming out with hits. Tires are pretty firm. Works pretty good. Sits real low. So you got that nice slide effect. Hard to flip this car, but I flipped it. But it's durable. Doesn't handle jumps well. These tires is hard to make it rotate. Not enough power really. It's not even the tires. It's the power that is pushing out. Doesn't rotate the tire, so you can't really flip it. Can jump pretty good, but no flips. Hard to control. But yeah, this is at my number 4 spot. Now up next is at the number 3 spot. CAS RTR EXB 8S 1/5 scale is at my number 3. Starting outside of this beast, you got the body. Love the body. Love the design of the body, how they got it. And the tires. This is all upgraded. Like, you don't need to do nothing to this car. This is another car that the electronics Armor new power system. You don't really have to upgrade it. You don't have to upgrade it. The servo is great. The motor and ESC is great. You know, the tires are great. Just the body is a little flimsy. This thing is huge. Like the body here, I done shot it up. That's why it look like that. This body is beat. I added lights to the front. See how I added that? This comes from an infraction from Polo Creations, but I added it to here. Looks awesome. Looks awesome. I like the color scheme they did on this. You got the plastic shock tire. You got the threaded aluminum shocks. You got a plastic shock cap. You got this beefy bumper in the front right there. Nice beefy arms. Like, this is an EXB model, but in the RTR, this is new, fairly new. Just came out not too long ago. It's just basically the EXB and the RTR. That's all it is. And you have this wheelie bar. It's pretty good, nice and thick, but you still have problems with this wheelie bar. This will break off, just like the EXB model. My wheelie bar broke every other run. I kept putting it in. It's barely held together now, but I still want that wing look to it. And you got these. Got these beefy arms right down at the bottom. If you can see the beefy arms, it doesn't come with sway bars. You got these beefy tie rods, adjustable tie rods, front and rear. Front, you see that? Well, you can barely see it. It's nice and thick. Now on the inside of what you got here, you got your 160 amp Spectrum ESC, the V2, and then the motor. You have, okay, I can't see. Let's see, can I get over there to the motor? You got a 1100 kV motor. You got an upgraded servo saver. You got the same braces. These braces are pretty good. Added my lights, even a little light thing added to it. Adjustable battery tray. And this thing is a beast. This thing jumps nice, very durable. Now underneath you got the 7075 chassis, but I added a chassis brace to it. You got a skid plate front and rear that helps out the chassis brace. To save the trash chassis from getting scratched up so much. Yeah, this thing is a monster. Yeah, this is at my number 3 spot. Love this truck. Armor isn't playing games this year. They really are doing their thing. Do I have any upgrades for this car? No. Less upgrading to my vehicles is possible. Now, if they really are that bad, then I'll upgrade them. If they need to be upgraded in durability, I'll do it, which I've done to a couple vehicles. If it need upgrading in power, I'll do it. I don't do it just because I get something and I got to make this, since it's this 8S. 50 plus miles. I think I got 60 miles an hour at one time. I don't remember. Don't need this no faster than that. This is a 40-pound truck. I don't need it going faster than that because it's going to have problems. I hit something going faster than that. 60 miles an hour, you hit something. 50, 40, 30 miles an hour. You're going to break something on this big thing. So the more power, the more problems. That's how I look at it. But this is in my number 3 spot. Awesome RC. Now my number 2 spot is Number 4 spot belongs to the Crichton 4S. This is my 4S spot right here. This thing all year, 2023, this thing's been a menace. Never had no problems with this car at all besides the servo. The body is pretty durable body, nice thick body. I don't understand sometimes why they make the smaller cars with seem like the body's a little more durable than the rest. Like this, the body has no cracks on it. Let's go underneath, then you can see no cracks. Got some nice gashes, but no cracks. And I thought this part right here would be solved, which it did solve it a little bit. Like this little brace solved it a little bit. Still, still takes damage on the shock towers when it come down too hard. I thought this would help. It helps a little more. It helps with this a little more with the body mounts. Helps that. And then, of course, this car comes with aluminum shocks. You got to put spacers in it. I know this is threaded, but this don't belong to that. I had to throw that in here because I did break a shock. I forgot about that. I remember how I broke that, but I did. And knowing how I drive, it was my fault. Now on the outside, you got the Copperhead 2 tires. These tires are pretty good. Never had a problem with these tires. Aluminum center brace. That's about it. Everything else is plastic. Underneath, you got the plastic chassis, which never get any problems. I want to put a brace in between here. You got the skid plate in the front, skid plate in the back. Helps with durability, not to let the chassis take so much damage. In the back here, you got the Willy bar, and this comes with sway bars. Shock towers in the back, it's plastic. You got this durable wing mount. Nice. Let's see. Nice little bumper right here. This does have no give to it, but this bumper is pretty strong, sturdy. Now inside you have your 120 amp ESC. And then you got a 2400 kV motor. You got the Kratz Spectrum servo, which I had an extra one, so I put it in there. But they're crappy. You need to definitely upgrade the servos in this. This electronics wasn't bad for a while, but servos always give out no matter what. But this car, man, I can't complain about it. I'm surprised. I have no problem with no Crichton. I got the 8S, 6S, and the 4S, and these are all been awesome. I do want the 4S Outcast. Out the point, yeah, this car is awesome. This is at my number 2 spot for a reason. It was a hard decision. Should I put it at 1 or 2 for this year? But I'm gonna put it at number 2. Next car on my list is the number 1 car of 2023 of my collection is I'm ramping gonna survive. A Mojave 4S V1. The Mojave 4S was a shock. When they came out with this, I knew it was going to be great. I knew it was because the Mojave, for one, the 6S Mojave is off the charts. I love that car. And then you had the 4S Crichton, which I had, which I'm like, that car is awesome. So you figure they took the 6S Mojave and put in a 4S system. I knew it was going to be great. And the suspension is awesome. Love this suspension. I love how it drives. This is a nice short course truck. I like the tires. I love these tires. I like how they did the body. This body has they changed up this a lot. This is a whole whole new platform for Armor. This is the first of its kind with this design. Now we're starting off with the body. This body's pretty good. The body isn't that strong, but all the bracing they have on it makes up for most of it. But still, received damage. Let me see if I got it. Yeah, right there. I received damage on both sides. The back, see, I got damage right there. But this does help. This little bracing help, plastic brace helps. Still damage. I mean, I should have reinforced it, but I never reinforce my bodies. I know I should, but I never do. And like the inside, the cage they have in here, this is great. This is lights. This is all lights and stuff carrying on. I gotta add lights to everything. I got a light bar in there on the front of the car, which you probably seen in my previous videos. But these cage, these things do jam up. They will jam up on you in a minute. If you start bashing too hard and coming down, slamming on the ground, slamming on the grass, this tends to bind up inside of there. And sometimes it's hard to get it off. But that's really not crazy bad. Then you got the front here. You got this Armor sign, which I scratched some of it off. But you figure all the jumps I did coming down wrong, and the only little scratch is right there. So this is a nice design. If push comes to shove, I'll just repaint it white or something like that. You know what I mean? Because my red ain't gonna be this kind of red, and so I'll probably repaint it white. That probably would look awesome in white. Would do black, but I don't want to do black. You got the drivers inside. Still got the heads, unlike my fire team. All my drivers are gone. Driver, passenger, everybody gone. Now, did I go through the inside of this? Here go the bottom of the chassis. Way different than their other designs. You got the skid plates that help take some of that damage off of here. And also, you got this aluminum brace in the middle. You still had that plastic center drive shaft. But the difference between this makes this design a lot different. They don't have a slipper. They don't have a slipper in there. They have a whole center differential. That killed me when I heard that. Center diff in a 4S plastic Armor car. That is totally different. You have the 120 amp ESC all the way over here to 120 amp ESC, 2400 kV motor. Got a nice little fan, heat sink fan on the motor. You still have that crappy Spectrum servo. You got dust guards. You got dust guards in the back here to keep the debris out the shocks and off the arm. That's where the car gets most dirty at. The suspension is so plush on here. This thing, I love the suspension on here. How it handles. You can't beat it. A lot of frame. Yeah, right here. It snaps on most batteries. Still limited battery sizes because of this little thing right here. But if you want, you could take that off. They got another strap that you could add in the back over here. But I don't think I'm gonna do that. But yeah, this thing's been a monster, man. This is not a jumper though. Just tell you that from the rip. If you want to jump this car, I would think twice. It's not a jumper. This is definitely my #1 car of the year. It was a toss-up between this and the Crichton 4S. I haven't had this as long as I had the 4S, but this thing, man, this is a beast. Armor is doing their thing this year, just like every RC company out there. They're bringing out crazy amounts of cars. This is the first year I've seen this many releases in 1 year. This is the most I've ever seen. I haven't been in the hobby real long, but I've been in long enough. And it's the most I've seen all these releases back to back, different companies. You got Traxxas releasing stuff, Armor, Losi, Red Cat, Team Corrali, HPI, all of them is, I mean, they going crazy. They trying to take all our money. Kyosho, I mean, Jesus Christ. I need to save some money. Stop bringing out so many cars. Yeah, this holds my #1 spot. So leave below the comments below. What do you think? Which car do you think I should have put at the top of the line? Or did I do it okay? But this is really based off of my opinion. It's not really fact. It's all my opinion. Off my experience. Off my knowledge. It's not professional. I'm not trying to be professional. Not sponsored. It's just basically what I like. I love this hobby. But as always, hit that like button, hit that notification bell, leave a comment. Thanks for watching, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody.